What's up, guys? Baker here. Today I don't know what I'm going to call this yet, but I'm going to show you how to make this little background I made for Pandoric Music, and all inside of After Effects. So it's pretty cool, and you can see over here. Here's my project file and everything. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it because it's probably going to be kind of long. So we'll go ahead and just make this 1280 by 720. Whenever I know I'm gonna make like just a simple picture, I'll make it just like a second long, just so it's pretty short and stuff. Anyways, we'll start with a background layer. Call this BG stars. Make it comp size okay. Go ahead and search some fractal noise, and we'll boost up the contrast. And we'll go to transform, scale this down pretty small, probably like 2 or 3, and then turn down the brightness. So it looks like we kind of get some background stars like that. Maybe a little bit more brightness. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll use another new solid. We'll call this form, and this is a third-party plugin called Trapcode Form. So you'll need to have that guy. And if we solo it, let me make some room here so we can kind of see what's going on. We get like sheets of particles. So we'll go to the base, and we'll get 2 particles in the Z. And we'll rotate it on the x-axis this way. So we get 2 sheets coming at us like that. So rotate it 90 degrees. We can change the size up like this. So maybe I'll start by going 2000 in the X, 2000 in the Y, and then the Z we can just extend till what we think is necessary. So I guess around there for now. We'll leave the number of particles I guess just 100 by 100 for right now. We can increase it later, but this is a pretty slow rendering plugin when you have tons of particles, so gotta be careful with that. What we can do now is probably, let's just go ahead and go to the fractal field, and we can affect the size. No, probably not. Displace. Let's see what that does. Yeah, there we go. So this gets little wave-like things. So we'll maybe set this up to like 50, but we need to change the scale somewhere. I think it's F scale. There we go. So change the F scale down to maybe 2, and then the waves aren't so big, so you can see how, I don't know. Just change it down. Okay? Okay. Now we can turn up the displace a little bit more, so we get some cool looking waves like that. Okay. And again, it'll look better when we increase the particles. So if we just do that real quick, start getting some cool waves like that. So again, set it down while you're working, and then turn it up at the very end. What I'm going to do next is we're gonna get some colors. No, let's do our logo. So make a new comp. Call this title logo or something. Same size. And we're gonna have this fit right in the middle. So we'll bring out our logo. Oh, that was huge. Alright. So I'm gonna do this kind of fast, but just center it to whatever logo you have, and make some text over here. Pandoric Music or Pandoric by itself or whatever you want. Put it on the left side. We can duplicate it, slide it over, and then their logo is your favorite music you haven't heard yet, I think. So we'll take this and smaller stuff, put it in there. You guys can design your own text, right? I hope. So just get the basic idea. And the reason why we want to pre-compose it is because if you look here, we have some like shining effects coming from this flare, and you can do that by pre-composing it. So back in our comp 2, we're going to bring out our title logo. And we get that. And what we can do first is take our title logo, duplicate it, and put on a radial blur. I think it's, let's try radial blur. Fading zoom. Put it over here. There you go. See that? So we probably should put on a fill beforehand so we can colorize it. So probably make it some kind of yellow. But if you can't see it, zoom in here. Can't see anything from the text. So we're going to go to levels, drag that on after the blur, and we need to boost up the alpha channel. So probably just drag this down. There we go. So that one's looking a little too bright. So just kind of play with it till it's kind of what you're looking for. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into the more interesting part, the form again. I wanted it to look like these colors are shining on the form. So to do that, we have to make another new comp. We'll call this the colors or something. Now let's make this a square because our particles are in a square sheet. So we'll make this, let's say, I don't know, 1000 by 1000. That's okay. And we need to make some colors in the center. So I'll just make like a new solid or something. And we'll hit OK. And let's get an ellipse tool and double click it. So we get, so let me put on a fill really quick so you can see what's going on. So we get a circle. And then duplicate the mask and set it to subtract and bring it in just so we get and feather it and scale down just so we can get some random stuff going on. Also add a fractal noise before the fill to get some more randomness. Oh, what the heck? Okay, don't use a fill, we gotta use a tint. That's what it was. So we can tint this fractal noise some cool colors. So I'll go ahead and make a yellow one and probably feather out the other mask as well. So we get some cool, just kind of mess around with this. So we get a yellow one, we can just duplicate it and change the size a little bit. Make this a bluish one, duplicate it, maybe scale this one in the middle, make this kind of pinkish. And what I also want to do is add some turbulent displace just to make it all random. So if I solo this one again, I can you know, make it go crazy and just random warpy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste those to everything. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just make an adjustment layer? That is smart. And paste the turbulent displace on the adjustment layer. I think I need to take these off. Boom. And that's it. So just kind of mess with this. Size. Amount. I don't know, just get randomness going on. Something like that. Sure. The yellow probably needs to be bigger though. I need more yellow because that's the main color. So there we go. Anyways, okay, back to our main color. So we're gonna bring out our color thingies, bring it to the bottom, and turn it off. We don't need to see it. Go to your form, and we're going to go to the layer maps setting and color and alpha. So we're gonna go to layer and choose the colors, and we're gonna bring its RGBA map over X and Y. I think what happened? I think I know what happened. Hold on. Let's go to our base and increase our particles. 500, 500. Okay, so now we're getting stuff. What we need to do is, since there's like an alpha channel behind here, it cuts off our particles. So let's just make a new solid. Make this pretty close to black. We don't want it actually black. And put it on the very bottom. Where'd it go? All the way at the bottom. And let's see what that does. Now we get some like light gray particles. And if you want the colors to be stretching out further, just take your solids right here and just scale it up, something like that. And probably need to fill in the color in the middle a little bit more, but I'll leave that to you guys. This is just a general idea of how to colorize your particles like this. And then we could probably go to something like particle settings. Probably change the size up a little bit to 2. Okay. Another thing I did is it's pretty slow, but if you make a camera enable depth of field. Whoa. Let me change those camera settings real quick. 28 maybe. Sure. Push AA. Enable some depth of field. And get some really cool effects. See if it'll render. There we go. Well, you gotta fix it, but you get what I mean. Makes it look more blurry in the background and like milky and stuff. So we got a title here. We got the shine. All I did was I just made another optical flare. You guys have that, hopefully. Optical flare, just pick some kind of random flare, doesn't really matter too much. Put it on the side. Why isn't it working? Oh, there it is. Put it on the side. Probably colorize it with a nice yellow. Something that matches your logo. We'll set this to screen. And it's pretty bright, but you kind of get the idea. Just a random flare. But yeah, this does not look anything like this because I spent a lot more time on this. But this is the general idea. You get form, 2 sheets of layers, make a separate composition for the colors, and yeah. Anyways, that's about it. I know it's a kind of weird tutorial. Some people wanted a tutorial on how to make these pictures I made. I actually made a couple more interesting ones. I used to make these for fun. See if I can find them. Photos. These guys, check these out. I can make like random things like that. Again, it's the same kind of form. Triangle thingies and particles. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. Anyways, so you can make some pretty cool artwork in After Effects. Because Photoshop, I do not know how to use. So, yeah. Anyways, that's how you make this stuff. Go ahead and leave a like or comment of what you thought. And any other requests, that's cool too. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, favorite, all that good stuff. And that's it. This has been a really long tutorial. So, okay, bye.